1968 when I started here. It was the first job I'd ever had. Well, the chap that interviewed me was Terry Busby. He was a compass adjuster and he was the director of the company. Told him what I could do and what I couldn't do. There was no, I didn't have any qualifications there at all. And that's what he took me on for, because I was honest. It was real easy to learn off him because you respected the chap, you know, for what he'd done in his life. You could make an instrument from start to finish. You could start off with machining, then you went to finishing off, you did spraying, soldering, brazing, so you'd never get bored with it. I made a complete compass when I was 20. It was a great start to a career, really. We used to get the captains coming in the shop. If he wanted something reliable, that, you know, he would say he wanted like a cook's compass. Then it got to the point where you got accountants running the boats, and then they would go for the cheapest option. A lot of people retired from here. I've had to adapt from making compasses and take on the role of making sextants and repairing sextants. So it's not been boring for me or anything like that. You know, you've gone from one job to another, you know, to keep the company going. Well, Sylvester came here to update one of our computers.
The motherboard wasn't fitting into the case that they had already. So I came upstairs to see Brian, and then I was just asking him if he was able to just, you know, make a small, just to cut out the bit that wasn't fitting in.
We wanted a hole cut in so he could plug this, I think it was some card, wasn't it?
He did the job so perfectly. So I was very impressed with how he did it and how quickly he did it.
He sort of saw how it was done, like, and he thought, oh, well, you know, I wouldn't mind doing that sort of thing.
So when the opportunity came for me to maybe work with him, I was like, yes, definitely. So there's Brian and also Norman, who worked at the instrument department, and they both taught me everything they knew, because there's a lot of knowledge that was imparted to them by the people that came before them.
You've got to be able to suss problems out. You've got to be able to operate machinery, you know, and know the rough background of how things are made.
They started me off quite slow, and then slowly he would move me onto a different job and like make me repeat the process so I get practiced.
You've got to be able to turn on a lathe, do fitting, do drilling, do soldering, assembly, checking things over. So when you finish the article or the instrument, you've got to be able to see it working and test it for yourself, so you know it's right or you know it's wrong.
He's been in the job since he was very young, so everything is kind of built into his muscle memory. So he's very good at what he does. He's very practiced and he's very professional. As a teacher, he's very patient. So learning from him is quite easy and enjoyable. I think part of what Brian wanted to do was passing on his knowledge, is for the knowledge to be passed forward. So it's only right that one day I do the same and pass it on to whoever would want that knowledge, and make sure, you know, it's kept alive. That's how we keep improving, by making sure the future generations have the knowledge that's passed down to us and making sure that it keeps happening.
Future for you? Are you good? Like, do you ever see yourself?
Future for me? Well, that's a good one, Well, I don't know. I won't be called up in the next war, that is a fact. If there is one.
Do you see yourself retiring?
I mean, I'm only 71 now, like, so I've got a good few years left. My father lived to be 101, so I've got another 20 years left in me for working, I would think.